Greetings, my name is Slight, and welcome to the final fight of a Dooley run. This is my first ever Dooley run, and I am here on the precipice of 10 wins with a build that I personally have never seen before. I expected to be forced into either an ignition core build or a companion core build, and I wasn't given those options, and so I was given the core, and I have had a blast with this particular build. It's been super fun, so let me take you through it. Maybe for people who've played Dooley quite a bit, this is something that is something they will understand immediately, but this was new to me, and I thought it was a very interesting build. So what are we doing? Basically, what we are doing is actually using Motherboard as our main way to gain damage. Whenever the core gains haste, give it 20 damage, and it hastes the core every 3 seconds. Every time this gains haste, it's gaining that 20 damage. We have been able to add 60 crit to this, and we are building crit with slowed targets. Slowed targets gives 2 crit every time you slow. We've got the cool LEDs, which slows on a 4-second cooldown and every time the core is used. And I just was able to level up the core to a heavy core, or to enchant it, so now it slows as well, meaning that very, very quickly in a fight, this can get up to 100% crit chance. We're also hasting the core with this metronome and an Uzi next to it, making sure all of those triggers immediately go to haste to the core, which is adding damage. We've also got this GPU, which is hasting the core. We've got a lot of slow triggers here. We've got the Uzi. And then intentionally I've got the first Aiden on the right. Mainly here is because I want it to throw its haste onto other things, right? Originally I had the GPU to the right or something like that, and I realized that wasn't nearly as good as having the first Aiden here, because anytime it hastes the GPU, the motherboard, the alpha ray, that is a lot better usage for this particular haste ability. I don't think that moving the metronome away is a good idea because all those haste triggers are so particularly useful. So yeah, I definitely think we want that metronome right against the core. We are scaling that way. We're also scaling with Alpha Ray. I would have loved to get this a higher level, but even with it being silver, it's so good. Whenever you use the core or another ray, weapons gain 6. So every time I use this, everything's gaining 6 damage as well. And this thing, I have been able to get it down to a 3.8 second cooldown. One of them was a diamond scrap metal, and here you see me sitting onto a gold one just in case I get an opportunity to upgrade it, because when you sell a diamond scrap metal, it reduces the cooldown of your core by 1, which is absolutely nuts. So strong. Other than that, we've got coolant leak on first Aiden here, which is actually doing a lot of disruption. We've got improvised weaponry. Whenever you crit, weapons gain 10 damage. Another way we're scaling our damage. And mixed message here is another way we're getting more haste triggers on the core. Every time we use a non-weapon item, whether that's cool LEDs, GPU, motherboard, or first Aiden, we are sending out a haste to one of our 3 weapons. And depending on which one that is, that could mean we get extra damage on the core. I think that covers it. We've got a little bit of extra defense from the defense grid. I don't know if I've seen a single Dooley in the hundreds of Doolies I've played as Vanessa or Pig play this build with the core. And I have been absolutely crushing everyone. So let's crush Sympathica. Maybe we won't. Maybe this is the person who will actually be able to beat us.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
All right, pretty good. Doesn't have any charge though, so I worry for our boy here. We're at 82% crit, and my build is now starting to pretty well take off.
Defeat does not defeat me.
Not even close. Not even close. Good game. That was an enjoyable Dooley run. My first one ever. And hopefully there are many more of these spicy, more hipster style builds in the future for Dooley runs. Thank you. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And in general, if you like unmonetized content, you can subscribe to the channel. But if you do so, don't do it for me. Do it for you.